Welcome back to the crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams.
All right, welcome back to the crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams, KDOS 1060. Subscribe and follow us on our social media accounts on both our YouTube and Facebook pages at the crossover 1060. Once again, that's at the crossover 1060. So that's youtube.com/at the crossover 1060 and facebook.com/the crossover 1060. All right, we were going to have a crazy Tracy Tingu, our odds maker, come in to the studio. He is running behind. He's stuck in some traffic. Yeah, he didn't anticipate that that part of the freeway, I guess the 60 or whatever, is going to be closed.
Did he just move to Arizona yesterday?
Yeah, which is basically every weekend they got some portion of the freeway closed.
Moved to Arizona yesterday?
Yeah, so he's going to actually be coming in. He'll be joining us in the next hour. Yeah, around 15 after. So, so we'll go ahead and we'll catch up with him, and hopefully he'll bring Big G as well.
Oh, right.
Go ahead and talk about where Big G is out in the college football climate, wherever he is. He's going to bring the party to them.
Oh yeah, the tailgate.
It's more like, it's not a party. Let me go ahead and correct myself. Big G shows up to your when he comes to your city. Unlike ESPN Game Day, he's going to bring a hurricane. He's going to bring like a little mini tornado.
The new version of the Tasmanian Devil cartoon.
Yeah. Hanging out with Touchdown Jesus just a couple weekends ago at Notre Dame, South Bend. So so hopefully he'll be coming in today. Tracy Tingu a little bit.
We'll find out
the next hour. So All right, so instead we're going to go ahead and replace that with some NBA's Around the Rim segment.
Perfect.
Yeah. So in this next segment, what we do is we evaluate the movers and the shakers around the league, and this is our Around the Rim segment. It's kind of new. We're breaking into it, see how you guys like it. First, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, which is Victor Wembanyama, which everybody's
the unicorn in the room.
Yeah, the unicorn, the 8-foot unicorn room, like literally, it was like 7'5" and doing freakish things that a lot of guys in the league that are 6'6", 6'8" can or cannot do.
Yeah, he had a rough debut. I mean, it was a good debut.
It was up and down. Yeah,
he was
in foul trouble.
But it was a foul trouble. That's what I mean by rough was the foul trouble.
Yeah, but he rebounded nicely. I mean, he finished the game nicely. Last night he had a couple nights ago. He had a really good game, and he's along with his play. He's in his awesome size and just freakish nature of his disposition. He's also bringing in ratings bonanza that has ESPN benefiting from in quite a noticeable way. I mean, he's helping to kill it. He's doing things that haven't been done as far as ratings, at least at ESPN in quite some time. I mean, Wemby, he debuted against the Mavericks. When he debuted against the Mavericks a few days ago, he got a viewership numbers that clocked in at 2.99, so just under 3 million average viewers during the ESPN's live broadcast, and that was according to John Lewis of Sports Media Watch. Now, this was the most watched opening week game since LeBron James's Lakers, since he joined the Lakers when he faced off against James Harden's Houston Rockets back in 2018. So that's 5 seasons ago. So he's putting up those kind of numbers. James' first home game in the purple and gold, he notched 3.36 million viewers. So Victor Wembanyama is just shy of that, by a few 100,000 at just shy of 3 million. So that's pretty impressive.
It's super impressive. We talked about it on the show. He's a generational player. He's a once every 100 years type player if he can stay healthy. That's what you and I talk about. That's the only thing that's going to derail him is injuries, but there's no indication that he's going to be an injury-plagued player. And another thing I noticed, too, about Wemby's the Spurs seem to have a lot more pep in their step, too, when they play.
They're a lot more energized.
Completely more energized. And I guess it's, when you have somebody back there that could erase your mistake. If you play up on the ball and they go by you got somebody that can deflect that. And, he's really brought in a whole new energy, not only to the Spurs, but even Pop's got some new energy.
Yeah, Pop, he might have extended Pop's, his tenure with the Spurs maybe another 3 to 5 seasons, man.
For sure.
He might hang around just to see if he can win a championship with this guy, man.
Why wouldn't he?
If he can't do what a Tim Duncan.
Why wouldn't he?
Tim Duncan, David Robinson, because he's that type of generational talent. And God forbid, it was always the Spurs that get that type of generational talent, man. From David Robinson. I remember when David Robinson got drafted by the San Antonio Spurs when he was a number 1 overall pick and fell to San Antonio. Phoenix Suns wound up with the number 2 overall pick. You remember who they got?
Who they picked?
Armon Gilliam.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
UNLV.
My name, my first name.
That's right.
Armon.
Your namesake.
Yeah. And I remember I met Armon Gilliam. Actually, and I was like, you and I got the same name. And he's like, so? I was like, oh, okay. I was like 8th grade, man.
Yeah.
I was 8th grade. All this courage to come up and talk to Armon Gilliam's name,
He
man.
said, so?
You and I got the same name. He's like, and? I'm like, oh, okay. That's like that. All right. All right. Peace. I'm out.
Yeah, I remember him. He was on that.
Then
Final
UNLV
Four.
team, yeah. The Rambling, Rebels.
Running Rebels.
Yeah, the Running Rambling Rebels, man. They were a bad team, man.
Yeah, they were.
They were a squad. It was him and Plastic Man. It was
Stacey Ogman. That was a little bit before that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That
was in the
Stacey.
90s.
Yeah, that was the Stacey Ogman and what was it Greg?
Anthony.
Anthony, Greg Anthony.
Greg Anthony, yeah.
Greg Anthony, and now his son is balling.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So Victor Wembanyama, he's like racking up like really, really like great like ratings numbers. He's a boom for the NBA, and especially like ESPN, they could use it.
Did you speaking of debuts? Did you see Dame Dollar over in Milwaukee?
He looks good. They look good, don't they? They are absolutely the Eastern Conference right now. They are the Eastern Conference favorites right now.
Them in Boston. Boston's tough too.
Yeah, they're gonna look good.
Hate
Boston
to say
look good as
it,
well.
I think it's a Boston and Milwaukee should come out the East,
and everybody else is just kind of hanging out and just spectating. This is spectator sports for everybody else in the Eastern Conference.
I believe so.
It's those two teams. Hey, I wanted to jump into this too. NBA. Now they recently just the other day. As a matter of fact, it was last night. The NBA. This was from NBA Central from Twitter X. This is what I got. The ESPN they were set to showcase last night an all-female broadcast team on Friday night when the Miami Heat took on the Boston Celtics. This is the first time. So this was Beth Mowins. Well, she did play-by-play. Doris Berg did color commentary, and Cassidy Hubbarth, she served as a sideline reporter. This was the first time, I guess, in professional basketball and NBA history that they had an all-female broadcast, and with that came all the controversy that you would typically get. It was controversy that you would typically get from the male chauvinists,
oh my goodness,
from the triggered men.
Oh.
This is this NBA. That's our sport. Women should should hang out in the kitchen and hand us.
Doris Burke has skills.
Doris Burke is awesome. I love Doris.
She's
Burke.
One of the best in the game.
She absolutely.
I can listen to her all day, and she has knowledge. So
actually, when she was actually the 2. She came in as a 2 a few seasons ago. Actually, behind what's it? Dang it, I can't think of his name. Coached the Knicks for a number of years. He was working on ESPN. They released him and his brother.
Oh, Van Gundy.
When Jeff Van Gundy. Yeah, Jeff Van Gundy was he was like the lead. He was the lead analyst, and he was like, Doris, you should be I should be like behind you.
Right.
With all the knowledge that you have, she's absolutely solid.
She is.
She's solid, but this is like, okay, I had to jump into this. This is some of the responses to this tweet.
Okay.
From the other day, from a couple days ago. One person wrote, he tweeted, "Thank God my mute works." Come on, man. Another person said, "Thanks for the heads up. I won't be watching." I mean, you talk about just trigger little, just snot-nosed punks. Another guy said, "It's awful. You can't tell their voices apart. Glad to hear I wasn't the only one with that problem. I thought it was just one person talking the whole time."
Apparently, these people haven't watched a game Reggie Miller's announced. That's when I use my mute button.
That's when you use your mute button? You're not a fan of Reggie Miller?
No.
I think Reggie's all right.
No, because first of all, he forgets
how
he was as a player and how the league was as a player when it comes to a lot of physicality and all that. And I don't know.
That was a very physical league when he played.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Reggie. I'd rather listen to Doris Burke than Reggie Miller all day than every day that ends in Y. I can tell you that.
I love Doris Burke. I'll take Doris Burke over just about anybody.
For sure.
When it comes to NBA, I think she's absolutely solid, man. So what do you think about your Lakers so far, man? Real quick.
I think, I still think Darvin Ham's still a little bit over his head.
Okay.
I still think LeBron is coaching the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Darvin is like his assistant.
Probably, pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much been that way since since after his second, third season in the league. Man.
It's still amazing to watch. Like LeBron, obviously, you can see Father Time has taken his toll on him, but
to still be able to perform at that almost damn near 40 years old is ridiculous.
I mean, he's still throwing up 21, 8, and 9 at 40 is just amazing. And AD is Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, but nobody, you still got to get through Denver. You still got to get through Jokic.
Right.
The Joker is just, he's the best player in the world right now.
It's between him and Giannis.
It's the Joker. That's not even a debate to me.
It's between both, because that ESPN thing that we did a week ago, where we looked at the top 50, was actually they voted Giannis Antetokounmpo number 1, and then Joker number 2. So I still think it's a tight
1
race.
and 1A.
It's 1 and 1A.
Sure.
I give it that. All right, coming up next, we'll be talking to Jim Grieshaber about the upcoming Fury Ngannou fight today in Saudi Arabia, and we'll be talking about the UFC. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to The Crossover, KDUS 1060.